Did you feel it this morning? Some strong shaking just after 9 a.m. felt south of Compton through Huntington Beach. Bet you thought it was an earthquake. Well, I didn't feel it, but our local earthquake expert, Dr. Lucy Jones, says if you thought it was an earthquake, you would be wrong. She tweeted this. People have been asking about the earthquake, in quotes, in LA about 9:20 this morning. Many people report feeling it, but the seismograms clearly show the earth was not moving, only the air. So she says it was a sonic boom. Boom. There you go. Now you know.
Wait, it's the whole thing. Oh, yeah. What the hell's going on? Oh, no. Look at the other side. Look at the other side. What the fuck's happening? What do you see? Is it just a dirt slide?
Wow, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, it's an earthquake. Huh? It was an earthquake.
A kind of magnitude 6.0 earthquake struck south of Lake Tahoe near California and Nevada border this afternoon, and the aftershocks, they were felt right here in the Bay Area.
Felt from Tahoe to the Bay Area to Las Vegas.
Could be felt for nearly 200 miles.
A lot of light fixtures swinging, chandeliers swaying.
The rocks now blocking a number of narrow mountain passes.
This is the road shut down, and you can see the perspective from inside the vehicle. Cars are slowing down. And look at those big boulders on the eastern side of the Sierra that came tumbling down that hill, blocking Highway 395. I mean, these are some big boulders. We don't know if the boulders have caused any damage to any cars, but you can see people literally like an obstacle course having to weave in and out of those boulders, and no wonder 395 is shut down.
And look how far away the center of this thing is. This is way over here along the California-Nevada border. That's the size of the quake that we were able to feel it from that far away.
Took place 250 miles away east and south of San Francisco. Again, 6.0 magnitude.
It just felt like my office was shaking quite a bit. You know, about the longest earthquake I've felt since living here for 20 years. So.
The ground itself seemed to shake extensively more, and it really rolled. I mean, you could literally see the ground moving.
And that shaking continued after the initial quake. USGS says more than 40 aftershocks were.
This is video from Colville, California. You can see the boulders flying there in the distance. Really, that rock slide. This is near that California-Nevada border. You see all the dust up from that shot from 395 freeway. And more than 200 miles away in San Jose and San Francisco, video shows a plant.
We just had an earthquake here, and it's caused my chandeliers to shake. My grandfather clock, look over there, chandeliers rocking. Whew, scared me something awful.
Yeah, I think we're going to call this the Thursday sway, because that's pretty much what it was, right? You're kicking back on a Thursday afternoon, and everyone felt the sway.
The shaking continues in the Sierra. Less than an hour ago, a magnitude 4.4 quake hit the same area where we saw rock slides and other big problems today.
There was an eerie kind of a calm, and then it was more of a meandering shake, not violent. The entire building here shook from side to side for 1 to 2 seconds. Then there was a pause, and then it shook again.
While this is the largest earthquake to hit the region since 1994, USGS says it's not uncommon.
Message today, I think, is going to be a blessing for many of you guys. Looking at your screen right now, we got Hillary Clinton summoning Gilgamesh. Looking at your screen right now, we got Hillary Clinton summoning Gilgamesh.
21. At 3:10 p.m. a powerful earthquake of 7.3 degrees struck Fukushima Prefecture in Japan. The powerful earthquake came nearly 10 years after a huge quake that sparked a tsunami and nuclear meltdown in March 2011. After these events in March and April 2011, Many UFO sightings are documented over the nuclear plant in Fukushima. And now in 2021, UFO sightings are repeated over the nuclear plant again. Swarm of UFOs over Fukushima Daiichi Nuclear Power Plant, Japan 2021. A few hours after the massive earthquake that hit Fukushima Prefecture in Japan on February 13, 2021, at 3:10 p.m. At around 8:30 p.m., a swarm of UFOs were captured by the nuclear power plant security webcam. The monitoring technicians didn't do much but noticed strange low-level lights on the nuclear plant's verticals. The sighting started with a white unidentified flying object standing still above the nuclear plant. Then another yellow unidentified flying object appeared, flying at a low altitude above the beginning of the nuclear plant, moving at a slow speed and then suddenly speeding up to reach the middle of the plant in an instant and changing its color to white and then moving slowly. Then it turns yellow again. Then an orange flying object appears, flying at a lower altitude than the previous flying object. Above the end of the nuclear plant, then it rose a little and changed its color to white, and all the unidentified flying objects started moving in different directions. Then a group of unidentified flying objects appeared in yellow and orange colors from the other direction, all moving in different directions and flying at different heights and constantly changing its shape and changing their colors. All turned into white color when they are directly above the plant, and then they turned back to yellow color. The unidentified flying objects are not small in size compared to the size of the nuclear plant. No one in Japan has talked about the origin of these UFOs, and even the nuclear plant's monitoring system officials haven't said anything about what these UFOs are. There were many explanations about the origin of these unidentified flying objects, the first of which was that it was drones monitoring the situation from the air. No official at the nuclear plant reported the presence of drones over the plant at the time. And if that is the case, why do drones appear over the nuclear plant only after earthquakes, and the possibility of a leak of nuclear radiation? It could be some kind of secret nuclear technology that measures the proportion of nuclear radiation. In this case, why would Japan hide the truth of the matter, as it is a developed country and is known to possess advanced technology? In fact, this was not the first time that an unidentified flying object appeared over the nuclear plant in Fukushima. On March 11, 2011, Japan was hit by a devastating 8.9-degree earthquake, which was estimated to be the strongest in the history of Japan, followed by a strong tsunami and an increase in the pressure of nuclear reactors, which caused a nuclear radiation leak with a value of 0.3855. Moreover, Japan raised the severity level of the Fukushima nuclear crisis to rank it on a par with the Chernobyl disaster of 1986, citing cumulative radioactive leaks that pollute air, tap water, vegetables and seawater, they said. On March 26, 2011, after the nuclear radiation leak, a swarm of unidentified flying objects appeared in the sky of Fukushima. Then the unidentified flying objects all gathered in one object and disappeared in the sky in a strange scene. On April 12, 2011, a huge unidentified flying object was seen flying at a low altitude and moving at a slow speed over the nuclear plant. In the 50-second footage, a massive flat object was slowly passing over the crippled nuclear plant. The image, called Fukushima UFO, has gained popularity among UFO researchers. The video was captured and published by the local NRD channel based in northern Germany. But observers said it remains to be seen if it was a UFO since the NRD took pictures of the object from a distance. However, given its size and speed, it was definitely not something ordinary, they said. Some people commented that the photo was evidence that it was a UFO. They said that a flying object might have examined the Fukushima disaster. After eliminating the source of the nuclear radiation leak, an unidentified flying object, luminous and glowing, also appeared on July 16, 2011 over the nuclear reactor through surveillance cameras. Is this a coincidence? Do UFOs appear over nuclear reactors only in Japan? In fact, no, the unidentified flying objects were seen over many nuclear reactors around the world, including in Russia. On July 29, 2015, a swarm of unidentified flying objects in the form of light balls or orbs appeared in the sky of Osaka, Japan, which was approaching one of the nuclear reactors. This aroused media attention in Japan and around the world. The unidentified flying objects that wrap around nuclear chimneys in Japan, some reports have suggested that it is very similar to the white light seen in June over Hyde Park in London, UK. However, UFO sighting in London was so short that things vanished within seconds, making comparison difficult. On July 25th, a swarm of UFOs appeared near Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It has led to further speculation that it could be a spacecraft visiting Earth. This sighting was filmed by Wisconsin police officer Gustavo Rojas. He stated that he was not alone when these unidentified flying objects appeared in the sky, but was accompanied by his partner, who also witnessed the mysterious formation of unidentified flying objects in the sky, which are constantly changing their formation in the sky, in a strange scene that does not resemble the normal air exercises of warplanes, but has its own way of maneuvering. The skeptics of the existence of unidentified flying objects had another opinion, as some of them said that it was just a hoax, while others believed that it was just Chinese lanterns. In an interview in Los Angeles, a group of Air Force officers stated that UFOs had disrupted the missile launch system. Among them is Officer Musawide, who stated that there are hundreds of classified and top-secret files that confirm the sightings of UFOs in the location of nuclear weapons, says Bob, who was an officer in charge of launching missiles at Marley Storm in 1967. He had received a call with strange lights flying in the sky. I called the commander and within seconds the devices broke down and told them that I lost control and all the missiles cannot be fired, and I tried all day to fix the malfunction, but I could not. Jameson, who was working as a missile guidance officer in the Air Force, says that he received a call from the control unit asking the attendants to reach the launch pad and found a unit of 10 missiles given the color red, which means that it is out of service. I don't think this will all happen by chance.